In this video, we are going to study about the first part in that is search, seizure, and arrest. So when anybody is involved in any kind of import and export of goods, it is necessary that he has to take a permission from the customs, and he has to fully do all the legal requirements whichever custom department has told us. Where if anything is not done properly, those goods will become illegal, whether it is the export of the goods or import of the goods. And in this illegal export or import of the goods, the custom department, they have a full right of searches, seizure, and arrest. So they can either search the people who are involved, the goods which are being done at that particular thing. Seizure is that they will seize the goods, and arrest, right, which are specified in section 100 to 110A of Custom Act. These provisions only advance the primary object of law, namely prevention of illegal imports and exports. So why they have done? They have done to do the prevention of illegal imports and exports, right? To prevent these all activities, there these kind of searches, seizure, and arrest has been formed. At the same time, it should be remembered that Custom Act does not aim at detection of a crime, right? This act is not for detecting any kind of a crime, right? Whether the crime has done or not, it is not there. Way. The main thing is that whether the rules and regulation of customs are followed or not, that is what Custom Act will look after. And the custom officer are also not primarily concerned with the detection and punishment of crime, but they are entrusted in ensuring that there is no smuggling of contraband articles. Okay, so the main objective of the custom is there is no smuggling, right? There is no smuggling by way of import or export of the different kind of articles. So this is in fact a safeguard the recovery of the custom duty properly applicable to the goods. Some people, they don't pay custom duty and they bring the goods in the country as an import, or they sell the goods outside the country without paying the customs. So to protect these all things and to safeguard the country, right, these all kind of things are very important, that is custom duty. And the detail of the seizure, search, and arrest has been provided in section 100 to 110A. Let us discuss this in today's class. Under section 101 of this act, an officer of the customs, empowered generally or specially by an order of principal commissioner of custom, can search any person if he has a reason to believe that any person has secreted about his person the following goods which are liable to confiscation or documents relating thereto, right? If you find these all goods, these goods should have a proper documents very properly, like gold is there, diamonds is there, manufacture of gold or diamonds are there, watches are there, any other uh, class of goods which are central government may be notified in the official gazette. So those all goods, those all articles are should be checked thoroughly with the proper documents by the customs. The power under section 101, in which without prejudice the power conferred under section 100 of the act, again under section 101, any person can be searched. He cannot tell that I am like I have so much of power, or I am politically, socially, or I am having so much of financial power. So custom department, if it is shown to the custom department, the custom department will tell that as per section 100 of the Custom Act and 101 of the same act, it says that they have full right to search any person, right? They can search any person, and if they find any kind of belongings, they can um, they can file a complaint, they can send him behind bars. So various things are again taken as a punishment for that person. So the persons to be searched may require to be taken before gazetted officer of custom or magistrate. Like if the custom department they found, as per section 102, that any person they want to search, or they want to see the necessary documents, in such case the officer of the custom may detain the person, making it until he can bring him before the gazetted officer of customs or magistrate. So before the gazetted officer of the custom or magistrate, that has to be done. The gazetted officer of customs or magistrate before whom any such person bought shall, if he seems no reasonable ground for search, then discharge the person. So they will decide that whether this person should be checked thoroughly by the custom, then they will do it, because gazetted officer or the custom magistrate has told. Or if it is not told by them, if they tell that okay, let him go, then that person will get discharged from there. So he shall direct that a search be made. Before making a search, the officer of custom shall call upon two or more persons to attend and witness the search, and may issue an order in writing to them or any of them so to do. Right? They may call two more persons that the search is going on, and the search would be made in the presence of such persons, and a list of all things seized in the course of such search shall be prepared by the such officer. Whatever they are seizing from the person, right, the list of that will be prepared by the magistrate. And where the person to be searched is a female, the search shall be done only by a female gazetted officer or only by some female officer. She has to do the search, and whatever she is finding, she has to make a list of it, list of all those things properly. As per section 102, it is mentioned that every person, wherever the custom officers and magistrate, if they find necessary to search anyone, they can do it without any difficulty. Similarly, power to screen or x-ray bodies of suspected person for detecting secreted goods, okay, which are mentioned in section 103. Now in some cases they can even tell that if they find that after doing some physical verification, and after doing some verification of that person, this point is over, searching is over. Even after that, if they didn't find anything, right, even they are suspecting that this person is really having any kind of smuggled goods, or he is doing any kind of uh, fraud to the nation, he is not paying custom. So in that case, as per section 103 of the act contains the power to screen or x-ray body of a person suspected of secreting certain goods liable to confiscation. They can even send for x-ray. There in detail screening or x-ray will be done. Under this section, detention of a person and production without unnecessary delay before the nearest magistrate by the proper officer is envisaged. So the magistrate will tell that yes, go for the x-ray, and on the reasonable ground believing that such person has any such goods liable for confiscation secreted in his body, right? Somebody, they might have bought something and kept inside the body, like they operated a small surgery and they kept inside it, right, by a small surgery kind of things. So in that case, if they found such thing is secretly done, then magistrate, custom magistrate and custom officer, they will tell them to go for x-ray. And if the custom magistrate is satisfied that x-ray is necessary, then x-ray will be done. And x-raying the body of any person, such person will be taken to the radiologist, right, for the purpose of screening of x-raying the body. In the wherever radiologist is there, they will be taken. The radiologist, after screening of x-ray, forward this report together with the x-ray picture taken by him to the magistrate without unnecessary delay. Like in some cases, a radiologist might take some time if it is some uh, medical kind of thing is there, but here without any delay, it has to be immediately, the x-ray should be taken. With the x-ray, the report has to be given to the magistrate, and if magistrate is satisfied that any person has any goods liable to falsification secreted inside the body, he may direct the suitable action or bringing out such goods to be taken on the advice and under supervision of the registered medical practitioner. Okay, so in the X-ray it is found that he has secretly inserted, or he has secretly bought certain goods, right, by some kind of some fraud inside his body. Then in that case he can order, or he can write a letter to the registered medical practitioner. So such person, as a directed by the magistrate, they will try to bring that uh, goods which are being confiscated. And then if there is a female, right, a female person, if that she has bought certain goods, so those all activities, the things are done by the female registered medical practitioner, right? Female registered medical practitioner is required for the purpose of complying with the provision of this section. And the above provision will not apply to any such person who admits that goods liable to falsifications are secreted in his body. Okay, now he has admitted that he is having some falsification of goods secreted in his body, the above provision is not required. Voluntarily he will submit himself for a suitable action being taken, and with that suitable action, whatever penalty is there, or he has to stand behind bar, monetary punishment is there, those all will be fixed. If he is telling, or if he is convincing, or if he is confessing in front of the custom department and magistrate that he has bought certain thing inside, so there he don't have to go for the radiologist or medical practitioner for removing that thing out. Next is power to arrest, which is mentioned in section 104. If an officer of customs empowered in this behalf by a general or a special order by the principal commissioner of custom has a reason to believe that any person in India or within the Indian customs water has committed an offensive punishable under section 132, section 133, or section 135, or section 135A, or section 136, he may arrest such person, and shall, as soon as may be, inform him of the goods of such arrest. Every person arrested shall, without unnecessary delay, be taken to the magistrate. Right, the custom, he will be taken to the magistrate. Right, when it is proved that he is having certain things which he has bought as falsification or as a fraud kind of things, directly such kind of person will be taken to the magistrate, which is mentioned in section 104, where an officer of the customs has arrested any person, he shall, for the purpose of releasing such person on bail or otherwise, have the same power and be subjected to the same provision as the officer in charge of police station has, and is subject to under the code of uh, criminal procedure 1898. As per 1898, the custom magistrate has the power to release such person, or he can give him a bail or otherwise the various things he can do as similar to that of the police officer in charge in the police station. Now, as per section 4, it tells about codes of criminal procedure 1973, prohibited goods and evasion or attempted evasion of duly exceeding rupees 50 lakhs shall be cognizable. And here, as per section 6 of criminal code of 1973, it says evasion or attempted evasion of duty exceeding 50 lakh rupees, prohibited goods which are notified under section C clause 1 and of section 135, import or export of goods which has not been declared in accordance with the provisions of this act, fraudulently availing or attempt to avail of drawback of exemption from duty provided under this act. So if any amount exemption from duty exceeds 50 lakh rupees shall be non-liable or shall be non-bailable. In these all categories, these are not bailable. Apart from this, if any other clauses are there where some small minor amount is there, or some small by mistake he has bought, so in that case, these all things directly will not go for some big penalty. So the magistrate of custom will decide it, and then he will either release him on bail, some penalty will be fixed, and then he will be released. So depends. Except as provided in subsection 6, all other offense under this act shall be bailable. So as per this four rules, right, like 50 lakh rupees or prohibited goods under section 11, export or import which are not provided as per the market price or which are not included, fraudulently availing or attempting of duty drawback, right, or more than 50 lakh rupees. So if apart from these four, if anything is other thing is there which has been done without any custom duty, there magistrate as per section 6 has a right that he has a right, he can release them on bail, right, he can release them on bail. Now power to search premises, which is mentioned in section 105. Now, the assistant deputy commissioner of custom or any other officer of the custom in case of any area, so they have a full right to search the goods liable to confiscation or documents or things which is his opinion. They can search the goods, they can send some person, and whichever goods are secreted, and the officer of the customer to search or may himself search for such kind of goods or documents. For the purpose of conducting such a search, the provision has given full kind of power, like it is like power to stop and search conveyance, right, which is mentioned in section 106. So here what they do is, that is called as this act accordingly, where the proper officer has a reason to believe that any aircraft, vehicle, or um, or animal in India or vehicle in India or within the Indian customs water has been, is being, or is about to be used, right, is about to be used in smuggling of any goods or in carrying of any goods which has been smuggled. He may at the time stop any such vehicle, animal, or vessel, right. In the case of aircraft, compel it to land, right, like animal also the word has been taken because aircraft we know, because whenever you're doing import and export, aircraft is required, vehicle is also required, so it includes even the various other vehicles. Animals also is required because sometimes near about boundaries some people might be importing and exporting by some animals like donkey, other animals are there, right. So in smaller amount or a bigger amount they may be bringing it. So if they bring any kind of things, such things, custom has a full authority to stop that smuggled goods in between, right. So that rummage and search any part of the aircraft, vehicle, or a vessel. So they can go and search the aircraft, they can go and search the vehicle, vessel of the ship, container of the ship, animals, right, in sometimes when it is bought from other places. So these all things a custom can do. Examine and search any goods in the aircraft, vehicle, or vessel, or on the animals. Right? They can examine. They can do like investigation of the goods bought by aircraft, vehicle, or a vessel, or even in animal. Break open the lock of the door or a package for exercising the power conferred by clause A and B if the keys are withheld. Okay, suppose the keys, the owner is not giving you the keys. In that case, if he is even after telling, if he doesn't open the lock and showing it to you, then custom authority has a right to break the lock, and they can exercise the power which are confirmed by the clause A and B, right. They can break the lock and they can do the investigation. Where For the above purpose, if it becomes necessary to stop any vessel or compel any aircraft to land, it shall be lawful for any vessel or aircraft in the service of the government while flying her proper flag and any authority authorized. Right. So here, uh, if any aircraft is there, then when it lands in India, immediately it has to be stopped. And aircraft, if it fails to do so, then chase may be given there to by any vessel or aircraft as foresaid. And after a gun is fired as a sign, the vessel fails to stop or a aircraft fails to land, it may be fired upon. Right. So suppose anything are being exported from India. Now, after exporting, like the aircraft has left India, it has left the port of India. Now you can't stop it. So the government has given power to chase that aircraft, and immediately one more aircraft can go and they can chase it, they can find it. Right. Even you find that when you chasing there, you go there, you will chase, you have a right. It becomes necessary to stop any vehicle or animal. The proper officer may be use all lawful means for stopping it, and where such means fail, the vehicle or animal may be fired upon. Right. Suppose the aircraft, they wanted to stop it, like private aircraft is there, private air jet is there, where custom department was telling that to stop it. It was a private jet, private aircraft, where limited people were there, but they were not stopping it because they were having some smuggled kind of goods or confiscated goods in that aircraft. Even after telling, they were not stopping it. Then the custom department have a right. First they will try to stop it. If they don't stop it, the custom department has the right to fire, whether it is a vehicle, whether it is an animal, or whether it is even an aircraft also. Right. Even a private aircraft also, they can have a right to fire upon that things. Right. Then power to inspect. As per section 106A, the act empowers an officer of custom to enter any place, right, intimated under chapter 4A and 4B of the act, and inspect the goods kept or stored therein, and require any person found there who is for the time being is in charge thereof to produce to him for his inspection. Right. So the custom department, they have a full power to do an inspection of the goods. And during inspection, if they found certain things which are illegal, right, if the information which has submitted are reasonably not correct, then goods have been legally imported. If they found it or exported, then legally they are going to take some action. Right. Custom department will take a action upon those all things. Then power to examine persons. Not only goods they can examine, even the persons. As per section 107, the officer of the customs, empowered specially or generally by an order of the principal commissioner of the custom, may, during the course of any inquiry in connection with the smuggling of any goods, if any person is involved in any smuggling of the goods as per section 107 of Custom Act, then they have full authority to do the uh, detail, right, study or examine of the persons. So it can include like uh, require any person to produce or deliver any documents or things relevant to the inquiry. If they ask anything like personal details, they can ask, documents they can ask, or visa, various other things they will ask. Whatever things the custom is telling you, you have to produce and keep in front of them. And examine any person acquainted with the facts and circumstances of the case. So whatever things he has produced, facts and circumstances, they will examine all those things. And then power to summon persons to give evidence and produce documents. Now section 108 to act deals with accordingly an gazetted officer of custom duty empowered by the central custom has been omitted by Finance Act 2018 shall have power to summon any person who who attendance he considers necessary either to give evidence or to produce a documents or things in inquiry which such officer is making in connection with the smuggling of goods. Okay, so here they will ask for all the documents to produce documents or things, maybe for the production of certain specified documents or things, and they will ask about descriptions, they will ask various things, and all persons who someone shall be bound to attend either in a person or by authorized agent. As such officer may direct and all persons, so someone shall be bound to state the truth upon any subject. They should tell whatever truth is there. They display the documents, give the documents and other things which are required by the customs. Then after that, every such inquiry as aforesaid shall be deemed to be judicial proceeding with the meaning of section 193 and section 122 of Indian Penal Code. Now, section 108A, it says any person being a local authority, an authority of state government, income tax authority, banking company, cooperative bank, financial institution, state electricity board, registered or sub-registered appointed under section 6, registered with the meaning of Company Act. These are all the persons, right? These all are the persons as per section 108A.